anything specific you would like me to cover today, or basically just
Well,
everything I did not?
I think I'm fine with using it right now because before I didn't know how to use it at all, but now I know how to like connect me with the flight or like counting the hours, but I don't know how would that like help me because I'm basically like I want to schedule my check ride and I want to like use the flight simulator and the iVal system as much as I can so I can pass also in real life, flying in real life. But flying in the simulator saves a lot of money.
Yeah,
And if
sure.
you know what should you do, that would be like great. So I want to ask, as a student pilot, how would the IVAL system help me?
All right.
That's the only thing
Sure.
I may need to know.
Okay, sounds good. So,
Thank you.
let me just open up a few things here.
You can take your time.
Okay, cool. So, just to make sure, you already have downloaded the Avail Altitude client, the tools that you need to connect to the network.
Yes, I think I do. I have everything. I have the core one and the altitude pilot one, the UI, I think. That's what I have.
Yeah, great. Okay. So, let me show you here. Basically, this this is the main. Well, yeah, there. Those two here that I'm gonna show you, they are the main websites from Iveo where you can basically find anything that you need. So first, the main one, the iveo.aero. Um, so here, if you look at the top right of the screen, you're gonna see your name and then your VID is how we call it. It's like your ID, your number here.
Okay.
Um, and then when you click it here, you can just like view all your the information from your account. So
Wow.
this is from my account.
Wow. 700. Wow.
Yeah, so
That's great.
yeah, so through here is where you can see information from your account. And
Does that actually
here,
help in real life? Like those hours, I don't know, like is there a certification that shows that you can fly and like
yeah,
you
no,
continue with real life?
yeah, unfortunately not.
Okay.
But what it does help, and I think we're kind of in a very similar situation because I'm also going to start my flight school, and again, unfortunately, the hours and everything here, they don't. They don't help in practical terms in real life, but I can guarantee to you that everything that you learn here, it can be used. The knowledge, it can be used in real life. Like you will go to the real life flight school already having some idea on what to expect. So
Okay.
yeah.
I can see that you can become an air traffic controller. Is that true?
Yeah, it
With Ivo?
is. Yeah, yeah. You can be both a pilot and ATC.
And how would you know how to be an ATC? Like, do they teach you? Because when I entered the flight simulator for the first time, because I already flew in the real life, I know how to fly. But the flight simulator or the IVAL system doesn't really teach you that much. So does it teach you if you want to become an air traffic controller?
Um, kind of like there are, let's say, I would say that there are more, not more documentations, but it's easier to learn the ETC part rather than the pilot ones because we don't have like in links and that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a pilot course on like how you can fly the plane on the flight simulator.
Mm-hmm.
But this training that we're doing here right now, this I can help you. I can try to help you fly an aircraft that you want to if I know how to fly that aircraft. So let me ask you. So you would here on the flight sim,
Mm-hmm.
you You want to fly like VFR, IFR? You know what that is, by
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way?
yeah. Yeah, I'm in a flight school already. I'm really
Oh,
willing.
okay.
I'm willing to take my check ride soon. That's why I'm trying to use the IVO system to like help me.
Oh, nice. That's
So
nice.
yes, I'm flying VF4 because I'm a student pilot, and
Yeah.
I'm flying on the Cessna 172.
Okay, nice. Yeah,
So yeah,
so
that's the
I
only
suppose.
aircraft I know how to to fly with.
Okay. Yeah, we actually have a similar system with the real life one here, which is, let me show you here.
Yeah, take your time.
Right here.
Hmm.
So those are the pilot ratings. And here, as you can see, there's private pilot, commercial pilot, ATP. So,
But
you,
how would the IVO system know that I'm a private pilot or ATV or commercial? Like when I take my personal one, I upload it, or I can take it on the IVO system.
yeah, exactly. There are two ways. So if you have the any of those licenses in real life, you can transfer the rating from real life to iVeo.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, or even if you do, but you want to do it kind of again here on your simulator and everything, what we have are is an exam system. I don't know if you noticed that when you requested this training, there was also an option to request an exam.
Really?
Um, yeah. So
I didn't see
basically,
that over him.
yeah. So for pilots, we have the this training that we're doing here, the pilot basics, and then
Mm-hmm.
the one that comes after the pilot basics is the private pilot training.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it comes to exams,
Mm-hmm.
so first there is a kind of a theoretical exam. It's a quiz with 25 questions. Um,
That's like the
that
written exam.
yeah,
Okay.
uh, and then if you pass that exam, the minimum score is 75.
Okay.
Uh, yes, 75 out of 100. So then if you pass that, you'll get the advanced flight student rating.
Okay.
And then the one that comes after that is the private pilot exam. So from the private pilot exam, there are there are two types of exam for the same rating that you need to go through both of them. So first, you have just like you did on the previous one, you have the 25 questions quiz, and then after you pass that quiz, there's the practical private pilot exam, in which you are going to have another theory session with like questions that are going to be asked you, and the practical one itself, where you're going to be flying and you're going to be asked to do some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is not um, that similar to the real life one though, because if I'm not mistaken, the real life one is the solo check ride, isn't it?
Uh, what do you mean by the solo check?
The private pilot exam in real life.
What I know about the check ride is you have an oral exam and then you fly, as you said.
Yeah.
But yes, I don't know what do you mean by solo because there, like, it's only the student and the examiner. You know what I mean?
Uh, yeah, yeah. So,
You do solos in the middle of the training. Like you can prove that you solo, so you have the aircraft control as a PIC, nobody with you, stuff like that, so you can do your solo hours. Because you're required to
yeah.
do by the FA 10 hours of solo without an instructor, and that need to be BIC.
Okay, nice, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I meant was actually, so the private pilot exam in real life, don't you need to like you just fly patterns? What specifically do you fly? Do you know?
They usually ask based on the ACS. They ask for the oral part. They ask for the pilot qualification, airworthiness certificates, the weather, cross country procedures. How would we do the cross country? Also the aircraft system and operational limitation. And then the last thing is the human factors. And then they take off on the plane and show us the cross-country procedures. Like if I planned from going to airport A to airport B, I will need to show how would I clear the obstacles not to enter restricted airspaces, what airspaces I'm passing through, what's the minimum for VFR minimums or whatever. And they see if I can like fly safely. And then they are like, oh, if there's weather maybe in front of you, you need to divert. How would you do that? And then you do a couple landings, including soft, short, and take normal takeoff and landing. And usually also they cut the engine in the middle of the flight, so in case you had the emergency, they need to see how would you like
Okay.
do it. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Yeah. So here's is actually different. So what we do we have the oral part, as you said, and then questions are asked about your knowledge of the aircraft, so like performance and about the aircraft, stuff like that, and also things like your weather knowledge, so how to decode a METAR and a TAF, your airspace knowledge, your ability to read the VFR sectional charts, the aerodrome charts, stuff like that. And then on the practical part, on the flight, you will take off from an airport, an uncontrolled airport, and then
Mhm.
you will go into a Class Delta airport. And then basically, it's a short flight. It's like two airports, 20 miles apart. Um, and then in the middle of the flight, you're going to be asked to proceed direct to a VOR, an NDB. You're also going to be given some headings to see if you can use the GPS system of the aircraft,
Ah, yep.
and and yeah, and then on the approach part, you're gonna be doing like a few patterns,
Mhm.
uh, touch and go stuff like that.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, it's kind of similar to the actual one. Not the 20, not mentioning the 20 nautical mile airport
Yeah.
distance, but it could be like less than that. But yeah, it's kind of similar actually. But I have a question. Whoever is testing me is an examiner or a CFI?
No, it's an exam. Yeah, it's an exam.
An
And
examiner?
yeah, it's an IVAO exam. So like, um, so as I
Uh,
was telling you, if you have the license in real life, you can transfer to IVAO. But if you like pass the exam in IVAO,
mhm.
you cannot transfer it to real life,
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
because
But
it's just a
I'm
yeah.
asking, like, for example, the person who's gonna test me, is he a
Oh yeah.
CFI or an examiner?
Oh oh no, yeah. It's an IVAO examiner. So for example, me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm also an examiner. So let's say
Okay.
I get assigned to to conduct your private pilot exam here.
Okay.
So I'm not a real life
Examiner, I understand.
examiner, neither CFI,
Mm-hmm.
but I already passed through this rating here on the network.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then as per the some rules and some things that are, let's say, required for me to there's a briefing, for each exam
Mm-hmm.
on what the examinee is required to know, and then based on this briefing, I make up some questions,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and yeah, and then it goes through exam. Usually, because there are many people here that are also pilots or ATC in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So usually, what we do is those questions that we prepared, they sometimes go through those people to see if it's like good, if it's accurate, stuff like that.
Okay, I have another question. Actually,
Yeah, sure.
as I told you, I'm getting ready for my trip ride, and I already have 50 hours in real life. But in the simulator I have today, I did like 17 hours. So I know that
Yeah.
for taking the written exam or the theoretical exam, I need to have at least 25, and to take the practical exam, I need to have 50. Can I use my actual flights for this, or I need to fly the 50 hours on the IVAL so I can get the practical test?
That is so you don't have the private pilot rating yet, right?
No,
Yeah, no, so
unfortunately.
yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately the hours are not possible to be transferred. The only thing that you can transfer are the ratings only.
But as you
Yeah.
mentioned in the beginning, if I saw the option of take the practical exam or just take the training, that's not an option since I checked the training part, right?
Uh I didn't understand. Can you say again?
Yeah, yeah, sure. You said in the beginning that there was an option to check the practical exam and the training, but I picked the training. If there's any way I can
Yeah.
check the practical exam right now or no, since I entered the training?
Yeah, it's because for let's say the first exam that you are that you're allowed and that you can do for now is the advanced flight student.
Oh,
But to
so
do
it's
that, you need to have
oh, okay.
yeah. So to do that, you need to have 25 hours on the network online as a pilot.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the private pilot, you need to have 50 hours, and then it keeps going. By the way, the senior private pilot would be equivalent to the IFR rating in real
Okay.
life.
I was wondering what's that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good to know. Thank you for this. I
Yeah,
think that's
sure.
what I really needed to know. I think everything else is clear since you sent me like the guide, the thing.
No, yeah.
Like I have everything. But yeah, if there's
Yeah.
anything, I would actually like come and talk to you again.
Yeah,
But
sure.
where can I
Yeah,
take
but
the theoretical exam? Do you know?
yeah, so here on the main website, when you click in your name
Hmm.
to access your profile,
Okay.
actually, let's make this easier. Let me share. Let me change my screen here. It's right. Where is it? Here. So here on the Discord server, you're
It's
gonna come
paused.
right.
The
Oh,
Steam is paused.
let me. Okay, here.
Yep. I see.
Yeah, so I'm here on the on this on our Discord server, the Aveo US. You're gonna click right here on training requests. Then you can click here. It'll directly open the the
The exam.
yeah, like where you can request the exam.
Oh, okay.
So here, request exams here, and then when you click here, you'll be able to request the exam after you reach the 25 hours online.
Okay, another question. I always see that you actually send like a lot of messages, maybe every day, on the US division server, and I was wondering what are they for? Like, can we use those?
The channels here.
I usually see you like join for the Cuba event or something like that, stuff like
Oh,
this.
here. You mean this one?
Oh, yes. What are these?
Oh yeah, so here's where we announce either events or trainings or exams. So the trainings exams channel
Mm-hmm.
is where we announce ATC trainings or exams because
Mm-hmm.
for ATC ones we need pilots, we need people to fly.
Mm-hmm.
Um so that's why we announce that. For pilot exams or pilot trainings, we there's no need to announce them here. And then the events are basically um, things that are organized by the network. Sometimes they can be what's called an HQ event. So it's an event that is organized by Iveo headquarters with some divisions. And there are the divisional events where it's totally organized by us, sometimes together with another division as well. So yeah, here, like members that are not division staff, you cannot write here. But
Yeah,
that's
okay.
that's kind of a feed, It's kind of an Instagram feed where you can just just see
But like you can
what's there
enter,
now.
if I enter for example, if I clicked on the images and I can enter the event, or what happens after I see that?
Yeah, so here, if you click here, is where it just opens the events that we put here on the calendar of the server.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and here there are also some links attached. So this one, for example, takes us to a forum link where you can see more information
Mm-hmm.
about the event.
Okay.
Yeah, here, access to information about the airport, the charts. It takes you to SkyVector and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, did it clarify? All right, cool. So let me just see if there isn't anything else that I can. Yeah, so here, I can also send you this link if you want. Those are just some rules of the network. So, for example, whenever you're flying, this is more for like longer flights, but whenever you're flying, you are allowed to take 15-minute breaks. Um, and then, like, this is, for example, this is another link, for example, that's the web eye, so it's where we can see traffic online. Yeah.
This one, yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So, let's say you're flying, I don't know, here, and there's an ATC online here. So if they try to call you and you don't respond in 15 minutes, um, they will report to a supervisor. And also the other way. So if you're flying and there's an ATC online, you're trying to call the ATC and they don't respond,
Mm-hmm.
you're also allowed to report that to a supervisor. To call a supervisor, you can uh, you you are did you notice that on the altitude software there's a text box where you can write stuff?
I think yes.
Yeah, so I'm basically to call a supervisor, you're gonna type dot wallop and then a quick message like describing what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But for example, I have a
Um,
question. If I did something wrong, for example, like I talked not really right, I don't know, I'm reporting my location, for example, for the ATC, and I did something wrong because I'm a student. Would they report me for that?
like if you made a mistake
Yeah.
flying or something, no,
Yes, stuff like that. Yeah.
because
Okay.
yeah, no, they can't report you. They're actually encouraged to help you.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And there are a few more rules here. So like basically your account profile, division staff. There's an important one that you need to know, which is the Unicom frequency, also known as advisory, which
The
here on
one to
IVEO.
2.81.
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna just yeah, whenever you don't have ATC online, you're just gonna use that one.
Okay, but the ATC have
And
another number?
yeah, when you have ATC online,
Mm-hmm.
you will just monitor their frequency.
Okay. But
Yeah.
the airport frequency or whose frequency? Because how would I know their frequency?
Oh yeah. So on the basically the CTAF here, it doesn't change between airports, so it's gonna be 1 to 2.8. And then on the altitude software, well, let me show you in mine, for example. So here, right now you have only Unicom, but if you have other ATC online, you're gonna see their
Another
code
option.
and their frequency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, thank you, Mr.
Um.
Gabriel. That's amazing.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Um. Yeah. Also, in this website here, you can see more. So, like the Moodle. Oh yeah, this Moodle. I don't remember if I sent you the link, but I think there are more stuff for ATC here. There are like there's like some materials, some courses. I'm also gonna send you the link just for, if you want to take a look. Yeah, that's just ATC thing. But there are many things here that can also be used um, by pilots. We also have this other one, which I think I didn't send you um, the exact path, let's say. It's the wiki. So that's also for ATC. Did I send you the phraseology guide?
Uh,
Even though
So I
you
don't
probably
I don't
you
remember.
probably already know how to talk on the radio.
I probably have. But there's people who don't, so
Yeah, exactly.
they need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, and
But
then basically on
mm,
those two links that I sent you, you can just find anything you need, like the material itself. But again, since you're already studying in real life, that shouldn't be needed. But if you still want to double check something, it's always here
yeah, I
open
mean
for you.
something is something, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
You're paying $1,000 for an examiner, you don't want to miss anything.
yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
And also if you're wondering, I can send you this link as well, the private pilot exam briefing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you can know like what to expect from the private pilot exam here on IVAO.
Sure.
And yeah.
Okay. But I have a question. If somebody's I don't know, like gonna examine me, can I send him, for example, he's gonna test me about whatever he wants, and later can I tell him like to test me on something else, like like relates to real life? For example, if he forgot
Um,
to tell me like how to do an emergency descent or emergency landing, can I ask him to like examine me on this, or I cannot?
not technically exam, but if the examiner, if the person who's examining you, if they know if they know how to do that, yeah, you can ask them, and then they can help you. And then this is more of a training. So yeah, because on exams, just to keep it clear, um, when an exam is being conducted, even though you have questions, let's say throughout the exam, questions related to a certain topic, they show up. But while you are being asked the questions on the exam, that's not the time for questions. You're just gonna answer the questions.
Okay.
The questions that you have, you can write them down or anything, and then after the exam, then you can ask, because then the examiner can probably
Evaluate
tell you.
faster. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Definitely will do that.
All right. So if that's all, you can feel free to message me anytime that you want.
Hmm.
If you also anytime, because I'm also an ATC here in the network, so anytime if you're flying, if you want to practice some practical thing with an ATC line, you can message me if I'm available. I can hop on as ATC.
Yeah, sure.
If you still when the time comes for
Hmm.
you to when you reach the hours to be able to take the first exam, the quiz one. And if you have any questions, you can message me. I can help you how to access, how to request the exam, and that stuff. Keep in mind, by the way, I forgot to mention. Um, you can also on the Iveo main wiki. Let me show you this one. Wiki.iveo.arrow. Because the not the exams, the practical ones, that I told you, the oral and the actual flight. Those are specific from our division. But the quiz that you need to take, they're like made by Iveo headquarters, and those are based on ICAO. not an FAA. So, for you to study that, for those quizzes, which are mostly ICAO regulations, you can find here. I'm also going to send you the link. And then the first one that you would want to take a look is this one here.
The ICAO is for what country or what region?
Um, ICAO is mostly the rest of the globe. So like
Okay.
Europe, South America. Yeah.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much for this information. I didn't know this one.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so most of our members they get surprised like when they go for their quizzes they are like, "Oh my God, I failed because that was so unfair. They didn't ask anything that I know from FAA. It's all different."
Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right then. So, yeah, again, feel free to message me. Sometimes I'm around here on NEVC. You can also feel free to jump on and yeah,
Okay,
thank you
thank you.
for
Thank
your
you
time.
for your time.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
A pleasure.
see you later.
All right, I'll see you around. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye.